Have you ever imagined finding solutions to modern economic crises in an ancient biblical story? Hello and welcome to the Divine Prosperity Channel. Today, we will delve into the fascinating story of Joseph in Egypt, a young man who faced unimaginable adversities, from being sold as a slave to becoming the governor of Egypt. And the most impressive part? Joseph used his divinely inspired wisdom to save an entire nation from a devastating economic crisis. Why is this relevant to us today? In a world where economic crises are frequent and unpredictable, Joseph's strategies offer valuable insights into how we can not only survive but thrive in times of adversity. If you want to understand how to apply these ancient lessons to modern challenges, stay with us until the end of this video. We will explore how faith, foresight, and prudent management can turn crises into opportunities. But who is Joseph? Born into a family of shepherds in the land of Canaan, Joseph was the favored son of his father, Jacob, also known as Israel. This favoritism provoked jealousy and resentment among his brothers, a sentiment that intensified after Joseph recounted dreams symbolizing his future rise above them all. In one of these dreams, found in the book of Genesis, chapter 37, Joseph sees himself as the center of the family universe. Behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose and stood upright, and behold, your sheaves gathered around and bowed down to my sheaf. This dream not only foreshadowed Joseph's leadership but also highlighted his future management and influence. This revelation was not well received by his brothers, who decided to get rid of him, selling him as a slave to merchants heading to Egypt. Joseph's journey to Egypt marked the beginning of a series of events that would shape not only his destiny but that of an entire nation. Thus, Joseph went from a despised and sold dreamer to a central figure in the history of Egypt and his own people. This tumultuous beginning was merely the preparation for the challenges and triumphs Joseph would face later. Arriving in Egypt as a slave, Joseph was bought by Potiphar, a high-ranking officer of Pharaoh. Despite the adverse circumstances, Joseph did not let himself be discouraged. He worked diligently and honorably, quickly gaining the trust and respect of Potiphar. His ability to manage his master's household and his unwavering integrity were noted, and he was promoted to overseer of all Potiphar's property. However, Joseph's life took another dramatic turn when he was falsely accused by Potiphar's wife and thrown into prison. Even in the depths of the Egyptian prison, Joseph continued to stand out. He maintained his faith and exemplary conduct, which earned him the position of overseeing all the other prisoners. Here, in the book of Genesis, chapters 39 to 41, we see a pattern in Joseph's life, his ability to thrive in any situation, thanks to his exceptional leadership skills and unshakable faith. It is in prison that Joseph discovers another of his divinely granted abilities, the interpretation of dreams. He accurately interprets the dreams of two fellow prisoners, Pharaoh's baker and cupbearer, predicting their futures with precision. This ability becomes known and eventually reaches the ears of Pharaoh himself, who is troubled by mysterious, unsolvable dreams. When all attempts to interpret Pharaoh's dreams fail, Joseph is summoned before the ruler of Egypt. With humility and confidence, he not only interprets Pharaoh's dreams, which reveal the imminence of 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of famine, but also proposes a plan of action. Impressed by Joseph's wisdom and insight, Pharaoh appoints him as vizier of Egypt, placing him in charge of the entire program of preparation and management for the impending crisis. This moment marks the pinnacle of Joseph's rise from slave to governor. More than a personal success story, it is a testament to divine providence and how faith, combined with prudence and planning ability, can elevate a person to the highest heights, even in the most improbable circumstances. Appointed governor of Egypt, Joseph faced a monumental task, preparing the country for 7 years of famine following 7 years of abundance, as revealed in Pharaoh's dreams. The clarity of the dreams demanded clear and decisive actions, and Joseph was quick to implement a robust resource management plan. With the authority granted by Pharaoh, Joseph began building vast storehouses at strategic points throughout Egypt. These locations were carefully chosen to maximize efficiency in the collection and distribution of grain. During the years of abundance, he ordered that a fifth of all grain production be collected and stored. This detail is meticulously described in the book of Genesis, chapter 41, verses 25 to 36, where Joseph establishes an efficient administrative system to manage this collection. Joseph's plan was not just about accumulating surpluses. He established a distribution network to ensure that the stored grain would be accessible when the famine arrived. His foresight included regulating the sale of grain during the lean years, preventing exploitation and ensuring that everyone had access to what was needed to survive. Through these actions, Joseph not only saved Egypt from an imminent catastrophe but also transformed the country into a center of economic and social stability. During the years of famine, while other regions struggled with despair and disorder, Egypt became a refuge of abundance and order. This effective administration attracted people from neighboring nations, who came to Egypt seeking food and aid, further expanding the impact of Joseph's strategies. Joseph's wisdom and leadership demonstrate the importance of planning for the future and acting proactively in response to reliable forecasts. In times of crisis, his actions show that it is possible not only to mitigate the effects of impending disasters but also to strengthen the position of a community or nation. In the modern world, where we face various uncertainties, economic, environmental, and social, Joseph's lessons are incredibly relevant. He teaches us that with proper preparation and strategic management, we can turn potential crises into opportunities for growth and strengthening. This historical example highlights the eternal relevance of biblical teachings, applicable not only in religious contexts but also in contemporary administrative and economic practices. If you are enjoying learning how biblical stories still impact our lives, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Divine Prosperity channel, activate the bell to not miss any teaching, and comment below on how you can apply Joseph's strategies in your life. Looking at the strategies implemented by Joseph in ancient Egypt, we can extract valuable lessons for the modern world, especially in times of economic crisis and uncertainty. Joseph's ability to foresee problems and act proactively is a principle that can be adapted to manage current crises. The first great lesson from Joseph is the value of advanced planning. In Egypt, he knew how to take advantage of the years of abundance to prepare for the years of scarcity. In today's context, this can be translated into the importance of creating financial reserves and diversifying investments when economic conditions are favorable. For example, businesses and individuals can establish emergency funds or invest in less crisis-prone areas to ensure stability when the market is volatile. Joseph not only stored grain but also managed its distribution in a way that avoided waste and maximized the benefit for the entire population. In modern practice, this reflects the need for efficient resource management, whether on a personal, business, or governmental scale. Implementing systems that optimize the use and allocation of resources can mean the difference between overcoming a crisis or succumbing to it. Joseph's leadership was marked by transparency and accountability, ensuring that the Egyptian people trusted his management during the years of famine. Today, trust is equally crucial, whether between leaders and teams, companies and customers, or governments and citizens. Transparency in decision-making and accountability for resources are essential for maintaining public trust and cooperation during difficult times. Finally, Joseph showed that adapting to new realities is fundamental. he was able to interpret dreams and turn those visions into concrete plans. In today's world, the ability to adapt quickly to changes in the market, technology, or social conditions can be what allows an organization or individual not only to survive but to thrive. Joseph's story not only offers lessons in economic management but also deep reflections on the interaction between faith and financial practices. His journey highlights how spirituality and ethical principles can guide crucial decisions, especially in times of crisis. Joseph showed us the importance of advanced planning, storing resources during times of abundance to face years of scarcity. He taught us about the efficient and ethical management of these resources, ensuring that everyone had what they needed during difficult times. And, perhaps most importantly, he exemplified how faith and integrity can go hand in hand with practical and strategic decisions. I invite each of you to reflect on how these strategies can be applied in your own lives, whether in personal management, business leadership, or governance. How can we be more like Joseph? By planning with foresight, acting with integrity, and always keeping faith in the decisions we make. If this analysis of Joseph's strategies has inspired you, stay tuned for our next videos. We will continue to explore other biblical stories and their practical applications in our modern lives. Don't forget to subscribe to the Divine Prosperity channel, activate the bell to receive notifications, and leave your comment below sharing how you intend to apply Joseph's lessons in your life.